Okay. Hello, yogis and yoginis in the studio and at home. I hope you have a beautiful Sunday up till now, because we're gonna lift it up some more. Practicing yoga with me, Nissa, today. Very grateful that you're here. I really appreciating taking the time to practice with me. And as I said before to the people here, don't wait for me to modify. Do whatever it is to feel comfortable with your body. Drink water, take a break, come back to the breath. Okay? So having said that, you can come to a comfortable position on your mat, lying back on your backs. Beautiful. And just, you know, guys, if you don't mind, everybody with their feet to the paintings, not the mirrors, so I have a unified position. Sorry about that. Just a little bit of OCD there. You're welcome. Beautiful. So start by breathing. Make sure you are paying attention to that breath. During the week, we breathe so superficially. This is an invitation to let your belly soften and grow with the inhale. And let everything go and melt into the mat with your exhale. Everybody take a big breath in and let it go. One more time. Big breath in and let it go. Yeah. Let your body melt into the mat. Maybe paying attention to those points in your body that are touching the ground. Let the ground ground you. And let your mind wander. Such an important practice to do nothing. And on your next inhale, slowly but surely lift your hands over your head to a hover. Then bring your feet together and flex them. Engage the muscles of your legs, engage the hands. Spread those fingers wide and also your toes. Big breath in, stretch, stick pose. Exhale, release everything to the ground. Bend both legs into your chest. Give yourself a big hug. And then maybe sway from side to side, rock from side to side, enjoying a little bit of a massage to the lower back. Beautiful. Then Bring your hands under your knees and rock back and forth. Now take your time, make it a fun movement when the end game is sitting up. So rock forth and back, maybe going all the way to the back, touching the ground with your feet, and then sitting up. Roll your head forward and from shoulder to shoulder a few times just to feel where the neck is. Then maybe rolling the shoulders one at a time, then the other direction. And then come to stillness again. I will ask you again to change positions and face me. And big breath, release of all that kinetic movement and stress. Bring your hand to your chest and another hand to your belly. You choose which is which. Or heart center, whatever you feel like. And we're going to start the practice with a sacred sound of Om. First, the cleansing breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and Om. Have a wonderful practice, you guys. Bring the hands on the knees and circle around over your legs, back and forth. You can even stretch your back into cows and cats, modified sitting up, right? So just go around, maybe bringing the shoulder in and then the other one, and make sure to do the other direction. And when you go back, maybe roll yourself like a roly-poly and just keep doing that. No right or wrong here, just exploration. Beautiful. And then stay to the front. Bring your hands to the front. Now you don't have to go all the way to the mat. Release your neck and rotate the hands in between your the head in between your hands from side to side, just letting yourself go a little bit, and then walk your hands back up, sitting up. Release tension in your shoulders. Smile even though you're with masks. Bring the hands up, lower the shoulders, and move and flow from side to side. Don't go too deep, but try to find that groove of movement and breath. Next time you're on the left side, bring the left hand down. Inhale and stretch to the other side. Now I'm not mirroring, so come on back up. Take it to the other side. Beautiful. Come on back up. Switch the legs. Walk forward. Let go of your neck. Release the neck. A few rolling of the neck. Come on back up. Smile again. And little bit of movement here. This time we're gonna stop on the right side. So bring your right side down and stretch with your exhale. Then come on back up and stretch on the other side with your exhale. And bring it up. Take it to a twist to the left. Right hand over the... I'll mirror you. It's easier. Over here. And take it to the other side. Now, I don't look to the back in the warming up because my neck is a bit funky. But if you feel comfortable, then do so. Bring it back, switch the legs again, because in yoga we're not about symmetry, but do work on balance, right? And take it to the right side again. A twist to the right. About a breath here and a half, and then to the other side. Beautiful. Bring the hands to the front. Open your legs. Meet me in table. So wrists under your shoulders in table, knees under your hips. Open the knees a little bit and push back to a very wide-legged child's pose. You can add that movement of your head with the forehead on the mat, or just breathe for a minute. And then push back up, move the hands a little bit forward, and drop the thighs. Look up. So again, modifications of cats and cows here. Come back all the way to a wide-legged child with your breath. Move forward, drop the hips forward. Roll those shoulders down. And now come back to table. Leave those knees open and circle the hips. Doesn't matter which direction, because we're going to do the other. So here I recommend also paying attention to your wrists. What is going on in your wrists here? So push into them when you're over them, just to make sure they're happy today. Some days, the wrists are not there. And switch direction, opening the hips and testing the wrists. If you need and want, incorporate any movement you need here. Some people like to stay back and move from side to side, or just pushing forward again. Do it your own practice. And at some point, and don't worry, I'll wait for you, come to table. Beautiful. Switch the direction of your palms of your hands, so the fingers will face the knees. And again, test the waters forwards and back, forward and back, until you can push back with your hips to where it's comfortable. Stretching the inside of your arms. Beautiful, beautiful practice for carpal tunnel. And then tuck your toes under. Push yourself all the way to the back, stretching the feet. Shake those wrists, just making sure we're there. Maybe a little bit of circulation here. I like to do magnetic wrists. This is magnetic wrists. Happy to help. And then the other direction. And the grand finale of this is putting it into your chest, and then lowering the elbows and your shoulders, so the back of my hands are here. Again, another stretch. And I know the feet are hurting, but that's the point. Come back to table, untuck your toes, tap, 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 tap. And tuck your toes under. Make sure your spine is neutral. And I do that by looking down and pushing the crown of my head to the front of the room, tucking my tailbone a little bit and engaging the core. And then come to a hover with your knees. So my knees are like an inch over the mat. Engage the core and push the mat away with your hands. Spread those fingers. Breathe. One more breath. And release the knees. Maybe a little bit of wagging the tail here, or cats and cows. Just do whatever you need to reset again. Inhale, lift those knees again. Engage the lower core, and that will happen if you tuck your tailbone in. Then push the mat away so your scapulas are opening. Breathe. Always come back to the breath. And lower those knees. Again, a little bit of movement. Maybe releasing the head too. And set it up. Inhale. Lift the knees. Push the mat away. So this is important because it's a setup for plank as well. The power you feel in your shoulders here and your core is what gonna give you the power in plank. And release the knees, untuck your toes, come to child's pose. Every time you're in child pose, talk to your heart, lower the rate of the heart beating. Concentrate on the breath. Come back to the yoga. On your next exhale, so inhale while I'm talking, come back to table. Tuck your toes under and push those hips first up and then back. So take a visual here. I know that downward dog is very common, but it's an important pose. So I'm not here ever. I'm pushing up and back. So my head falls naturally in between the hands. Now my knees can be bent or not. That's not part of the game. We are opening the back. Now we do that by rolling the shoulders back and releasing the neck. Say yes and no. I told you so. Inhale, big, 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 big inhale. And let it go. Sigh it out. One more time. Inhale. And let it go. Start pedaling your feet. So one heel comes down at a time and the other leg bends. Now, as I'm doing this, I'm pushing the mat away with my fingers, not my wrists. Beautiful. And just know that every time I say beautiful, it's because I'm just happy. And come to stillness. Release the head. Maybe lower your heels to the ground. One breath here. Everybody bend your knees, look forward and walk to meet your hands. Forward fold. So feet hip distance apart, that means 2 feet in between them. And then bend the knees plenty and release yourself down. Let gravity hold your head and kind of pull you down more and more. That will allow your hips to go up. Release the hands. If you've been taking ever one of my classes, you know I love inversions. And this is such a safe inversion, right? We don't have to go on our head or on our hands to get the benefits of having our brain lower than our hearts. Keep on breathing and holding here. And letting the back open. On your next inhale, bring your hands to your thighs and start coming up slowly, tucking the tailbone in first. Then everything will follow. Roll those shoulders back, engage the glutes. So my hips are moving a little bit forward because of it, see? That's where you want to be. Open the hands to the future, roll those shoulders down, tuck the chin a little bit, just a tiny bit in, and pay attention to your core. Crunch it. That's Tadasana. Inhale, circle, sweep the hands to the sky. On your exhale, hinge from the hips, pushing them back, not the knees forward, and come all the way down. Release again. That's a wonderful position to have some somatic movement, right? So bend your knees a few times and just shake, shake, shake. You can do it in your own rhythm.
So you can do it slow, up and down, or just shake, shake, shake with your breath here. Just let it go. Beautiful. And then come to stillness. On your inhale, bring your hands to your shins and come to a halfway lift. Engage that core again, micro bending the knees, and push those hips back. That's a small adjustment that will work your lower core. Roll the shoulders back, open your hands to a T. Push those hips a little bit back without untucking the tailbone. Breathe. Bring the hands over your head. Keep on engaging the core. Inhale. Exhale. Bring the hands to the mat. Push those legs to plank. So shoulders over your wrists. Okay? Perfect. If plank is not in your practice, lower your knees. If it is, stay with me. Tuck tailbone in, engage the glutes. And then bring the belly in and push the mat away, rounding the upper back. Look down to the mat and breathe. You can do this. One more breath. You're getting stronger every time you do plank. And then untuck your toes. Keep the plank with the back of your feet on the mat. And then on your next exhale, bring those hips down to upward dog. Stay here. Now look at my thighs, they're hovering. So I'm pushing with everything I've got in my hands. Inhale, exhale, tuck your toes under. Push to downward dog, walk the dog. Breathe. Beautiful. Come to stillness. Maybe lowering the heels, not a necessity. Once again, bend the knees plenty. Look forward, maybe hopping this time to meet your hands. Forward fold. Bring your hands under your feet. We're going to do a little bit of a gorilla stretch. So, pull with your hands, letting the head come down and heavy. On your inhale, on your exhale, push those hips up, maybe straightening the knees. If not, keep them bent. Release the belly. Release everything here and sway from side to side. Just a tiny bit, swaying from side to side. Release the hands. Inhale, circle, sweep the hands to the sky. Coming back up. Exhale, heart center. Inhale, circle, sweep the hands to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Strong core. Exhale, hands to the mat, maybe jumping to plank. If not, then walk. Engage everything in the plank. This time, Chaturanga Dandasana. So push with your toes a little bit forward over the wrists like in the warm-up, and then halfway down, tucking the elbow. Untuck your toes. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, tuck your toes under, downward dog. So you always have a choice to do whatever to meet us up in downward dog. Come back to stillness. Breathe. And on your next inhale, bring the right leg up. Three-legged dog. Leave it up for a breath. Then bend it. Bend the leg and push it back. Back to the left. So you're opening the hip a little bit. Now circle the leg if you need a few times to each direction. That's up to you. Or keep it still. Then bring it back to three-legged dog. Lift the back heel. Bend the right leg into your chest. Move over your wrists. Flex the foot and step it in between your hands. And the reason I'm breaking it down is because transition is a pose, right? So we always take care of transition time. Left hand can be on a block here, or tent your fingers. Make sure your feet are hip distance apart, and then on your inhale, open the right hand to the sky, twisting to the right. Beautiful, you guys. If you want to challenge yourself, lift the left hand. See if your position changes. If not, you're beautiful. Yes. Lower the right hand back, framing the front leg, and then bring the right hand inside the right foot, toe heeling the foot to the edge of the mat, setting up for lizard. Beautiful. Now if you need, you can stay on blocks here or on the palms of your hands. If you need more of a challenge, come to your forearms. And if you are not there yet, lower the knee. Everything is available to you if you don't judge it. So keep on opening that right hip. You may even open the leg to the side, rotating the back of the foot on the ground. One more breath. Bring the foot back up. If it was open, bring the hands to the mat. And now a bit of a different transition. Okay, so I'm straightening my leg and around. Beautiful plank. Inhale, exhale. Going down to the mat on the count of 6. So tuck your elbows in. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Maybe windshield your legs a little bit, just for the heck of it. Breathe. Guys, it's a beautiful point to have some water if you need. Push back up. Maybe just circle your wrists a little bit. Mini Shavasana, okay? Take the time to take care of yourselves. How are you doing? Everybody okay? I just trying to keep up with you guys. Just saying. You guys are like, and I'm like, ooh. Okay, come back to just a moment to child's pose. Big breath. I don't know if this is for me or for you. But push it back up to table. Tuck your toes under. And downward dog. If you need, walk the dog or whatever it is that your body asks you to before coming to stillness. And when you are in stillness, roll those shoulders away from your ears. Release the neck. Say yes and no. And on your next inhale, left leg goes up in the sky. Hold it. Then bend it and push it to the back, to the right side back. So you're opening the hip. Maybe circling the leg inside the socket a few times to each direction, or staying here. Your choice. Bring it back to three-legged dog. Make sure your hips are square. Then push the heel up. Bend the left leg to your chest and push over your wrists. Engage the core, you guys. Flex the foot and step it in between your hands. Beautiful. Set it up. Adjustments are so important. I never come to a pose proper. I have to move. Right hand under a block or tenting the fingers or all the way on the ground. Left hand opens up with your inhale, twisting to the left. Beautiful. If you want to check that thing again, lift the right hand. Yeah? Just attack. Beautiful. Lower the left hand, frame the front leg, and then bring the left hand inside. Toe heel the left foot to the edge of the mat, setting up for the lizard. So here, you can stop anywhere. Maybe lowering the knee. Maybe lowering the hands to a lizard on your forearms. Maybe rotating that leg out, opening the hip a little bit more. But I'm only doing it because my core is engaged. Breathe in and out. Bring the foot in. Bring the hands to the mat if they were down. And once again, that funky transition, straightening the leg first and then circling it around. So that's a lot of core there. Whew. So Chaturanga Dandasana on your own measure. Push forward, down halfway, untuck your toes. Inhale, exhale, downward dog. Beautiful. Let's take a break here from the flow and bring your right hand to the left shin, under, diagonally. Now once you're holding it, rotate under your armpit and look to the ceiling. So it's a twist. Oh boy, I hope we put deodorant today. Bring the right hand back. One big breath and take it to the other side. So left hand holds the right shin and then rotate under your armpit, your right this time, and look up to the sky. Whew. Release. Walk the dog. The hamstrings here worked very hard. And come to stillness. On your next inhale, right leg goes up in the air. Bend it to your chest. Lift the back heel. Push forward. Flex the foot and step it in between your hands. Beautiful. Now, I'm going to push my hips back and straighten the front leg. If you can't straighten all the way, maybe blocks under your hands, okay? Or leave it bent. But we're going to move from forward a little bit to back. And then, if your leg is straight, lift your foot, your front foot. So you're doing this. Beautiful. At some point, leave it up, I mean the foot, and the front leg straight. Maybe, not necessarily, rounding your back over it. Beautiful. One more breath here. On your exhale, come back to runners. So bend the front leg. Hands framing the front leg. Lower the back knee. Untuck your toes and come up. So here, my shoulders are stacked. So I'm not here. Make sure 90 degrees. Feet are drilling into the mat. Tucking the tailbone in. Strong up. Yes, beautiful. I see beautiful adjustments, you guys. Open the hands to a T, to a twist to the left. So this is it. Yes, beautiful. Hold it here. Inhale. Exhale. Bend back. Yes. Amazing. Come back to this side and come back to center. Tuck your toes under and come to crescent. So crescent, I'm tucking my tailbone in, bending the back leg, stacking my joints, shoulders and hips. Beautiful. On your next inhale, shoot forward, straightening the back leg, hovering over your thigh. Open the hands, breathe. Engage the glutes. Inhale, come back to crescent. Maybe bouncing if you have healthy knees. Inhale. Exhale. Come back to that high hover. Beautiful. Engage the core. Square those hips to the ground. Inhale, come back to crescent. And we're going to take 5 dips. So curling down and coming all the way up. Straightening the legs. Curling down. That's 2, you guys. Up. 3. Up. I'm engaging the glutes, you guys. 4. Up. 5. I'm staying. Stay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the knee to the ground. Untuck your toe. Walk that front leg forward and stretch that hip flexor. Oh, that feels so good. Here, you can use blocks. You can bring your hands down. What you want to do is square the hips and then drop them. Yes, yes, yes. Oh my gosh. Behind me. Beautiful. Bring the hands back. Toe heel the leg to the 90 degrees thingy-majigga. Tuck your toes under. Push it back. Bring the hand inside and do that funky transition or not. You can choose. I'm straightening the leg and back. Plank. Coming down to the mat on the count of 6. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Windshield. Beautiful time to take a break. Beautiful time for the teacher to wipe up the sweat. I sweat too. Us teachers, we sweat. So if you need a sip of water, anything, just what you need to come back to the mat. Beautiful. Engage the feet into the mat whenever you're ready. And I'm engaging the feet and the glutes so much so that my knees are hovering. My hands are next to my body. They're not going to be pushing. But I am going to come up to baby cobra. So inhale, exhale, come up. Roll those shoulders back. Engage the legs. Now look down. One more breath. And release down. Push to table. Push to child's. One breath in child's pose. Come back to the yoga. Push to table. Tuck your toes under. Downward dog. Yes. Breathe. Release tension in your shoulders. Say yes and no with your head. And on your next inhale, left leg goes up. Bend it to the chest. Then lift the back heel. Push over your wrists. Flex and step it. Beautiful. Now lower the back heel, knee, and come up. Take a moment to engage the glutes. When you engage the glutes, this happens. Not here, here, both of them. Then I'm stacking. Open to the left. Beautiful. Engage the core. Core is working. Do not go down if your core is not engaged. Bend over back. Maybe coming to your heel. And then come on back up. Center. Tuck your toes under. And come to runners. And to crescent. So crescent, my back knee is bent. I'm tucking the tailbone in. Again, activating the lower core here. Hands up. Beautiful. Come on down. I just skipped one thing. So push those hips back and lift the front foot. I suddenly was feeling my left leg saying, hey, what about the stretch? So bend and extend the leg a few times. Your hands are on the ground. And then hold it with the foot up, okay? And then if you want, roll your head onto your leg. Then come back to runners. And then come up to crescent. Phew, saved it there, right? So we're going down first, curling the hands, and then up. Down, tuck that tailbone in, and up. Down, and up. Down, and up. Last one, going down. Holding. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, untuck your toes. Walk the front leg forward and stretch. Maybe hands on blocks, maybe hands on the floor, maybe hands here. Your choice. And the reason I give choice is because we're different. Proportions are different. Take your time. For me, it's I'm a midget. So if I don't have the blocks, I have to do this. Take your time. One more breath here. You are doing so good to your hip flexor, especially if you sit all day on the chair. This is what you want to do, okay? But engage the core, the glute. Beautiful. Come on back to crescent, 90 degrees more or less. Tuck your toes under. And you know why I'm doing this, walking back the foot? So your knee is stacked over the heel. All right? That's what you want to do. And then I'm going to walk the left hand inside of my foot. And you may skip this. Straightening the leg, rounding it around, coming to plank. 6, coming down. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Windshield the legs. And we're going to do a nice, beautiful stretch. Open your hands to a T. And then bend your left leg. Lift it a little bit. And then push it to the back of the right side. Then lift the knee. Yes, you got it. Whew. So my shoulder goes up and that's fine. But I'm pushing that knee up. Breathe. Bring it back. Bend the right leg, lift it up a little bit, and then push it to the left back side of your mat. Yes, lift that knee up. Don't let it fall. Beautiful adjustments. I see you all. And come back. Breathe. Ooh, I'm feeling the heat, you guys. Bring your forehead to the mat. Engage the legs. Maybe open them a little bit. This time, the hands in a T. Rise up. Rise up. Yes. Bend the hands, bringing the elbows to the side of your body, and open up. Bend and open up. Engage the legs. Bend and open up. 2 more. Bend and open up. Bend. Bring it to the mat, the hands. Push to table. Push to child's pose. So a little bit of transition in power there. It's different than coming down to the mat, relaxing everything, and then coming back to child's pose. Because our body works in transition as well. Take a little break here if you need water, if you need to wipe off the sweat. Beautiful, you guys. I see beautiful forms. The people at home don't see it, but I do. And then push back to table. Maybe a little bit of cats and cows. Never can hurt you. Maybe wagging the tail, breathing in and out. And then tuck your toes under and come back to downward dog, pushing those hips back and up. Maybe it's in your practice to lower the heels, but if it's not, know that bending the knees is beautiful. And on your next inhale, lift the right leg. Lift the back heel, bend it and step it in between your hands. On your next inhale, lower the back heel to the mat. And then come on up to Warrior 2. And I'm going to switch to see you. Yes. So take a minute to be a warrior here. And that means pushing the hips forward, tucking the tailbone in, knee over the heel. Lower those shoulders, look forward, engage the core. Flip the front hand, reverse the warrior. Maybe bringing the right hand around your back. Open that elbow to the back, so you're opening your chest. Inhale, exhale, come back to Warrior 2. Push forward with the knee bent. So push the hand forward, and then when you cannot go any further, open the palms of your hand, straighten the back leg, push those hips back, and lower to triangle. Beautiful. So instrumental to this pose is to push those hips back. And then adjustments. Push those hips forward, those shoulders back. Beautiful. Bend the front leg and come on back up using your core. Warrior 2. Then bring the left leg to be parallel to the right foot rather. Beautiful. Inhale. Come all the way down using your core, pushing those hips back. Micro bending the knee. Now hands can be in the center or holding your heels. Whatever feels beautiful and nice to you. You can even put blocks under your hands here. And the point is, remember that gorilla stretch? That's what we're doing here. We're pulling the head down and pushing those hips up. Yes. One more breath here. And then everybody bring those hands to the center. Bring those heels in a little bit, just a little bit, and then bend from side to side. So the reason I'm asking you to bring the heels in is we want the knees to point to the direction of your toes always. So you find your place in between these side lounges. You can lift the heels, you can lower the heels, you can lift the feet. It's your practice. You can even be up and just bend the knees a little bit. And at some point, bring those feet to a parallel position again. Hands in front of you. Engage core, micro bend the knees. Never, never overextend the knees. Open the hands to a T and come on back up. Beautiful. Point the left toes front and come back to Warrior 2. Yes. Beautiful. Now, I want you to cartwheel the back leg and the back hand to meet the front, but in a dance manner. And here's a little bit of fun. So bend back and whoop, forward. So make it a transition. Yes. So beautiful. We're at the top, more or less, of the mat. Inhale, circle, sweep the hands to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat, maybe jumping to plank. Chaturanga Dandasana, push forward, untuck your toes, upward dog. Tuck your toes under, downward dog. Walk the dog, and come to stillness on your own rhythm. Inhale, left leg goes up. Bend to the chest and step it in between your hands. Now lower the back heel and come to, oh, did I do the same side? No? Okay, good. I'm a bit dyslexic when it comes to sides. Thank you. No, yes, we did. No, we did this. Right? Yeah, so you know what? Open to the front and then to the, no, right? We need to do the other side. No, I'm good. Sorry. Okay, so open the hand to the front. Now make sure those hips are forward, okay? And then reverse the warrior. Hand behind your back, maybe. 2 breaths here, you guys. Push that elbow back. Don't let it fall on your head. Yes, come back to warrior 2. Open your hands. Push forward as far as you can to the front. Then open the hands, lower the hands, and then push back those hips, coming to triangle. In triangle, push those hips forward. Push those elbows and shoulders back. Open your chest, maybe looking up. If you need grounding, look down. And then bend your front leg. Come on back up to warrior 2. And then bring the feet to be parallel. Yes, you are right, because we're facing the mirrors now. Ha ha! Oh my God. Wow. Open your hands. Inhale. Micro bend the knees, engage the core, come all the way down. Again here, a few stretches with your head facing down to the mat. And then that will allow you to maybe straightening the knees and push those hips up. Yes. Such a beautiful stretch. Now, a word of advice, shift your weight forward. You're not going to fall. And if you do, your mat will always be there. And release that stretch. Bring the hands in the center. Bring those heels up. And come on right up to goddess. Beautiful. Now find a position you can hold in goddess. So my advice, knees over, heels, and a place that you lower the pelvis but you don't feel that out of balance. Yeah? Cool. Hands in front of you in heart center or bent in a mudra to your sides. Whatever you choose, you guys. Hold it here. Engage the glutes. Tuck your pelvis in. Now don't let your ribs flare up. Push them down. Yes. So you are not here. You're here. Huh? You're engaging the upper core, the lower core, and you're opening your chest. Let's dip. 1. Hold it. Come up. 2. Hold it. Don't let the core disengage. Up. 3. Hold it. Come up. 4. Hold it. Come up. Last one. Hold it in below. I'm going to count to 5. 5, 4. Engage the core. 3, 2, One, come up. Woo, bring the feet to be parallel again. Open the front leg, the right leg, or the left. Yes, the left, I'm mirroring you. And warrior two, remember that dance move? So cartwheel the back hand and the back leg to meet the front. So at the beginning, I would do this. So it takes time, but it's so important. Beautiful. A little bit of, yes, please drink water. Or if you don't need water, just circle your hips a little bit. That was a lot. Every time you do triangle, your hips will ask for this. So give it to them. I say hips don't lie. Okay. So stand wherever you're comfortable on your mat. We're coming down to the mat, you guys. So shift your weight into the right leg. Lift the left leg up. Find something that is not moving. Your hands are your choice. This is easier. This is harder. This is hardest. Whatever you want. Engage the standing leg. I'm going to go here today. Beautiful. Open the leg. If you wish, go to Dancing King. Grabbing the toe. Oops, I'm not here today. I'm going to come back. You can stay here, by the way, or straightening. Whatever. And bring it back to the center. Beautiful. Circle the heels a few times. Transcend with your hands. No, you don't have to do that because you'll fall. And release. A little bit of circling. I told you, my kids say I'm not funny. I think I am. All right. Left side, okay? So I'm going to do this so I'm not confusing myself. Shift your weight into the left. Engage the glute, engage the core. It's just a repetitive cue. Bring that right leg up. Open your hands, or heart center, or here. Now I'm tucking the tailbone in just a bit. Always. Open the leg to the right. And then either stay here or grab the big toe and go to Raja. Beautiful. I did it. Bend it back and bend it to the front, holding here. So breathe. Make it a fun position. Circle your heel a little bit and lower it down. Circle the hips. Bring the legs. Come to the third of the mat. Open your feet and bring your heels in. I call this Charlie Chaplin stand. We're going into Yogi Squat. Now, if this is not in your practice, I'll give you another way in a minute. We're coming down by pushing the hips back. Okay? Pushing the hips back. I'm never doing this. Never ever. Don't do it. Not with two knees. And I'm doing this. Then my knees open up. Remember the direction of the toes. And then I'm lowering my hip. Now you can play around here a little bit. This is a beautiful mobility exercise. Once you are stable, adjust. Bring the inside of your elbows to the inside of your knees. And stand up. Rise up. Engage the glutes. Okay? If this is not in your practice, you can come in table, walk back, tuck your toes under, come up here, open your knees, and stay here for a while till you have the ankle mobility. Unfortunate, men are less mobile here than women. I don't know why. Okay. One more time. One more breath, I meant to say. And then shoot the hands forward. Engage the glutes, you guys. and come down to the mat. Anyway, it's not elegant. And shoot those legs forward. Round yourself over your leg. Stretch it, stretch, stretch, stretch. Now here, you can bend your knees. You can be here wherever you grab hold. Now, I like straight back. You might like rounding your back. Up to you. But just stretch. One more breath. Come back to the yoga. Come back to your mind. And then release and come on up, sitting up. I'm gonna face you guys. It's such a 36 degrees thing with this and that and the other. It's new to me, so thank you. Okay, we're gonna bend the left leg, and we're gonna try and put knee over knee. If not, then be here. I don't care. Then, same, bend over. Foot in flex. Grab whatever you reach. It might be your shin. But once you do that, keep your foot flexed and decide what kind of rounding you're doing, just as before. Maybe straight back, maybe rounding forward and falling all the way down. But the key ingredient, flexing the foot and bent leg. Beautiful. Come on up. Slowly transition is a pose. And bring the foot next to the thigh so you're setting up for a twist. Hug your leg with your hand. The other hand in a kickstand behind you. Flex the foot or point it here. This is your choice, you guys. And start twisting. Now we're going to be here for at least 3 breaths. So pace yourself with the twisting. Inhale, elongate your spine, roll those shoulders down. Exhale, twist and open your chest a little bit more. And then maybe look to the back. Maybe. Inhale. Twist. And release slowly as can be. Twists are number 1 injuries. Take note. Switch the legs. So the other leg, I'm not going to name it because I'm mirroring. And I'm going to flip myself around. Flex. Here it's important. Grab hold of your foot or your shin and decide what kind of a humbling of the pose you do. Either rounding your back or straightening it. If you straighten your back, you're going to feel it better in the back of your leg. If you're rounding your back, you're going to feel it better in your lower back. Your choice. Inhale, exhale. One more breath here. And come on, slowly as can be, up. Beautiful. Bring the foot to the next, or to the outside of your thigh. Hug yourself. Every day hug yourself, okay? And kickstand. Correct. And then inhale, elongate your spine, grow taller from your sitting bones, which both are supposed to be on the mat, by the way. And then twist. Inhale, elongate. Exhale, twist. Maybe look to the back as well. Beautiful. I can see you in the mirrors. You guys are warriors. And bring it back slowly. Twists are funky. And now I'm going to go this way. Position your feet on the mat in front of you. It doesn't really matter where. Wherever you're comfortable. We're going down to the mat. But first we're leaning back and coming up. Leaning back and coming up. Leaning back and coming up. And then on the count of 6, coming all the way to the mat. So place yourself 6, 5, tuck that core in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Windshield your feet from one side to the other. Breathe. Beautiful. And now bring the right leg to sit on your left thigh. Figure 4. You can stay here, use a block, and open that hip a little bit to the side, opening all the right side of your body, or you can push this to your chest by lifting the left leg into your chest, then interlacing your fingers on your shin and pulling some more. But again, find where your body is happy. Don't go to a place that feels painful or overstretched. And don't worry about the end game. You will get there. Keep on breathing. If you need more of a challenge, you can straighten the left leg and hold your foot in front of you. If you need a visual, just grab a look at me. Just enjoy this. And bend the leg. Open your hands to a T. And drop the legs to the left. So now your left leg is on top of your right heel. If this is not comfortable, put both legs one on top of the other to a regular twist. Breathe in and out, and the challenge here is to let go. So hard to let go. Release the shoulders to the mat. If you want another layer of movement, look to the right. Gaze to the right so your cervical spine is part of the twist. Bring this constellation of legs up and then drop it to the right. So now the right leg is on top of your left knee. Again, if it's not comfortable, put him one on top of the other. If that is not comfortable, you can always put something under your knees. Breathe and release the shoulders to the mat. One more breath. And bring it back up. Switch the legs. You may stay here and open the thigh with your block to the left, or push this with your right leg to your chest. And again, stop here and reconsider. Then if you are good, interlace your fingers on your shin and pull with your hands so you are stretching even more. And then when you're stable and open, you can straighten your right leg, grab hold of your foot or your shin, and pull it in a little bit more. Again, stop at any stop along the way. And then bend the leg, release the pull, bring it down to the mat, and drop it to the right first. Left knee on top of the right heel. Now release the core. Release the shoulders. Release your face. Just breathe. And then bring it back up to center. Take a moment to adjust and drop it to the other side. Once again, if this is not comfortable to you because of the knees or the hips, leg on top of each other's. And bring it back to center. Release both legs into your chest, actually, not the, I said release, sorry. I meant to bend them into your chest. And remember the beginning, so hug yourself plenty and roll from side to side. A little bit of a back massage here for free. Start paying attention to your breath again. If you lost track. And then at some point, release those legs to the mat on your own pace, setting up for Shavasana. Please take the time to do whatever it means to come to Shavasana. Some people need a little bit of a movement before, like opening the legs to the side or coming to waterfall or stretching yourself. Please, 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 please do it your own practice. Do this your yoga. Listen to the body. It will tell you what it needs. And when you took it out of your system, lie down. Breathe and pay attention to your breath coming in and out of your body. Let your body melt into the mat. Start from the crown of your head to the back of your head and neck, shoulders, upper back, lower back, glutes, thighs, shins, feet. Deepen your breath by allowing your belly to be soft. And maybe letting your mind wander. As long as you're keeping track of your breath, the yoga is present. Your practice of yoga is merely the breath moving through the poses in your body. Open up your chest to the heavens. And everybody take a big, big breath in. And let it go. One more time. Big breath in. And let it go. Beautiful. Three breaths here in complete silence.
And whenever you're ready, start wiggling your toes. Start wiggling your fingers, introducing movement back into the body. This is again up to you. You can stay on your back. You can move around. I love to stretch in stick pose for a little bit before pushing myself to one side and then pushing myself back up to a seated position. But please take your time, you guys. How are we? Good? Relaxed? Great. We're gonna finish the practice with Om. So if you want to face me, that would be nice. I'm sorry. It's this thing I have to keep on. Thank you for understanding. So first, a cleansing breath. Inhale and out. Inhale. Namaste. Thank you for coming today. We're gonna stop this. Bye, people at home.